Hello, everybody. You are listening to On the Mic with Loudmouth Matt. And thank you for tuning in on today's episode. And here's what we got going on today. Thank you, everybody.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Loudmouth Matt. On this episode, look, I've been out for about a little bit over a week. I've had back surgery, so I've just started to be able to get down into my little tiny studio room. So, as everybody knows, I've been out as of now. And for those who have went out and reached out to me, I wanted to say thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Asking how I'm holding up, I do. I greatly appreciate it, and I have some wonderful fans, and I wanted to say thank you. So, with that being said, I've been watching the news right along with everybody else, and what was it? It was within the last week. It went to a district judge about this. I forget the name of the act, but it's that war act with the immigration that he's trying to do by grabbing them and deporting undocumented immigrants, undocumented citizens. I don't give a shit. You're a citizen. You pay taxes when you work. You're a citizen. So these undocumented citizens, you're grabbing them, arresting them through ICE to deport them because you're saying that they're illegal because they just crossed the border. Okay. Now, the legality of that, I'm not going to get into because my understanding is once you cross, you can go to virtually anywhere, a police department, a firehouse, a courthouse, a federal building of some sort, and say, I am looking for, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of the fucking asylum. You can go and virtually ask for asylum, from my understanding, anywhere. At the police department, firehouse, hospital, federal building, whatever, from my understanding. Now, if that's true or not, I don't know. Again, I'm not going to get into the legality of that little section of the law because that's not what this is about. Okay. Now, with the district judge making his ruling or making his opinion to be known, or saying to the administration, turn those planes around, we need to ask some questions and we need answers. Totally within his legal parameters of the Constitution. We have three branches of government. The first branch of government is legislation. Your legislation branch is going to consist of your House of Representatives and your senators. Okay? That is what then your legislation branch of government. Then you have your executive branch. For those who don't understand what the executive branch is, that is basically the occupants in the White House, the President of the United States. Not Orange Head Fucknut, but the President of the United States. Executive branch. That's branch 1, branch 2. Third branch, judicial. The judicial branch of the government is the court system. It's the legal part of the government. Now, with that being said, people, doesn't matter if they were lefties, righties, centers, whatever, they were like, whoa, wait a minute, time out. We're going to take this to a judge to see and ask questions of the legality and the constitutionality of this executive order to enact this act of war. So that's exactly what happened. They went to this district judge in the what branch of the government? Judicial branch of government, to get questions answered. The administration, which is the what? Executive branch, said, no, I don't have to, but we'll send a couple of people over to, what's the word I want to use? Pacify them. Just to pacify them. Well, it backfired. Then it went to, I gave you a written order. This is now the verbal order. Or no, I'm sorry. The verbal order, make a U-turn, bring them back. A couple of minutes later, you receive the written orders, which now supersedes this. And now this supersedes them because now they're in international waters. It's only 20 miles off the coast, or approximately 20 to 50 miles. Now, I already know going about, about 200-300 miles an hour in a plane. It don't take long to get 40 to 50 miles. Not long at all. But anyway, you don't bring them back. You keep sending them to El Salvador. Now, you sent people who are protected regardless of their legal status here in this country, their legal rights. I can come over here undocumented across the border and I am protected under your Constitution. You are. I know you're going to say, no, you're not, and da-da-da. No, you are. It's already been through the judicial system. It's already been through the courts, and they've already said, yeah, you still have to, they still get the same rights. That's why they wanted to go to Guantanamo Bay, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, so be it. That's why they wanted to take them there, because they're not under United States law. Oh. And they were like, yeah, well, this is going to be too much. We can't justify this because we got fuck nut over here trying to take money from Social Security and Medicaid and Medicare. We can't. El Salvador, they settled on. Whatever. Illegal. It's unconstitutional. It is. And if you're going to sit there and say it's not, please stop being so ignorant to your stupidity. Open a book. Or please open up your computer. I mean, you even got a cell phone. You can open this up and go to Google and Google Constitution. If you don't know how to spell it, that's fine. That's okay. Because as you start typing it, it'll start coming out with words that it thinks you're trying to say or trying to spell. And if you're not 100% sure, hit the little microphone and say, Constitution. It'll come up. Boom! American Constitution. Da, da, da. Click. Read it. Just ignore the ignorance of your stupidity and read. That's why we have the 3 branches of government. Again, this is coming off of a high school education from Social Studies 101, high school level, from 30 fucking years ago. From 9th grade. 31 years ago. Okay, we have the 3 branches of government, so each branch can keep each other in check because our founding fathers wanted checks and balances. So they said, okay, president, you get X amount of power. Legislation, you get X amount of power. Judicial, court system, you get X amount of power. You guys have to work in conjunction with each other to make sure no one is overreaching and no one is trying to use too much power. The idea behind our 3 branches of government. That's it. Now, I'm going to sit here and go through my normal rant and read about MAGA and the people who voted for him and get downright ignorant like I can. And I know I hit the right buttons. I may not be smart enough to articulate wording to sound intelligent or to come off, again, intelligent. And that's not me. Sorry, it's not. I'm not no fucking Rush Limbaugh. I'm not no talk war dude. I'm not none of those to where I can take wording, manipulate your opinion, manipulate you into following me, into trusting what I say is gold. I don't have that ability. I can tell you this. I'm going to give you my opinion. I'm going to be downright ignorant at 99% of the time. And I don't give a fuck if I hurt your feelings or if I make you go to your hubby and like, oh, he's calling me an idiot, or your wife or whatever. I don't give a fuck. I don't. But now at that moment in time, you can either take it and prove that I'm wrong, read a fucking book or read an article about something and say, you know what? He is right. Well, I'm not a fucking idiot. I can read this. And I'm not saying you have to agree with me. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is it opens up dialogue when there are those conversations to where I don't agree with you, but let me think about it a different way. And that's the idea behind the conversation. I'm not here to have a fucking conversation with you anymore. We're beyond having a